going to have to wait for that one to be built first. Yep. How much copper do we have? Oh, we've got loads. We've almost got a ton. Shouldn't be hard for us to set up. And again, when this happens, at least this does stop being jammed. The temperature in here. 52.7 degrees on average in there. You built all this? No, it's going to be a little while before they get all that done. I am on a mission, Duffelfish, yes. Aavak must be on a mission if he's using 9 sets. I love that you guys understand me. Right, we're going to need ladders on each side of this in order to work. The rest should be fine, but that does need the ladders. What on earth is that? Polluted water. Well, I suppose actually, yeah, we've seen a couple of spots of polluted water down here. Oh my god, I went to bed and came back and you're still streaming. I know this is not a unique experience, but wow! Well, I hope you enjoy it. And that isn't an exclamation of exasperation. What if you collect heat into steam and then dump it into space? There's no reason to collect heat in steam and dump it into space. A steam generator will take care of that for me. It's not exasperation, genuine. Oh, like, I can't go 6 hours without needing a nap. Oh. To be fair, when I stream for like 15 hours or something, that I am pushing it. Because I have a... I used to have a triphasic sleep cycle, but I've got a biphasic sleep cycle now. So I tend to have sleep twice in a day. And 15 hours is pushing me well past my sleep time. I sleep for a lot less when I do sleep, but if I don't sleep, it tends to have rather regressive reactions. I get very tired. Right, let's make sure that all of the liquefiable is allowed in here. Except, well, actually, you know what? Yeah, except CO2. Yeah. My suppliers should take care of that soon enough. Hopefully we can get in there, though, soon. Because I really do need to hook up my cooling system for the base cooks. Chop, chop! Where is everyone? Oh, they are there. Oh! Oh, we've actually backed up petroleum so much we're producing plastic again. That's amazing. That's super awesome, in fact. There we go. Last bits are getting done. Hey, Bentham. I went to bed, woke up, saw Aavak was still alive, and thought, classic Aavak. Then hosted some friends for 4.5 hours, and Aavak is still streaming! How you doing, Bentham? Hope you're having a good day, buddy. Man, to be honest, that's still classic Aavak. Well, I suppose. You're not wrong. There we go. Just need these last bits done, and we're golden. Good. Now, storage can start... hopefully we can start moving the ice down there. We've got a lot of ice to move, but hopefully we do. Well, I'm going to make it a slightly higher priority than 5. Because if I accept ice in my printing pod, I do want them to get that sorted out rather swiftly. Right, so water is entering the system at 53 degrees. By here, it's at 52. By here, it's at 35. By here, it's at 34. By here, it's at 27. Going back out, it's back at 38, though. So it enters at 53, leaves at 38. Part of that is because it's currently trying to cool down a volcano tamer, which, you know, okay, fair. It's going to be doing that for a while. So it exits the main cooling loop at 36-ish degrees. By the time it gets here, it's at 43, so it means it's going to be able to pull it back down only to like 30 odd. That's not enough. It's not nearly enough of a cooling for us. We're going to need another thermoaccuracy unit, I think. Most sadly. The 29 isn't terrible, actually. Actually, it's shedding heat. How is it shedding heat? Oh. Oh, okay, so we're now starting to see the true temperature that it is. It's more like 35-ish by the time it's moving through there. Okay. It's getting a little bit better then. 25 is manageable. Still not quite low enough, but it's still going down. Let's find out where it saturates, where the heat saturates. Well, I'm really glad to hear that I get function, event, party, I'm not sure what to call it, but I'm really glad that your first attempt at hosting some guests went well, Bentham. Really glad to hear it. Okay, no, we're doing all right. We're managing to keep this at about 20 degrees. That's much more useful to us. Much more useful. Now, that is going to take some time to pull the temperature down properly, but still. I hear it's 31 again, which, you know, it's not great. But it is creeping down further and further and further. 28 there. It's coming in at 22. By the time it's moved through here, it's picked up a bunch more heat. We're checking for 25. I need to get it down to 25 for it to work. Oh, I also need that to be stripped down rather urgently. Right, we've got a lot of fluids moved in here now. It's hard to say. We've got an awful lot of content in here. Whether that's going to be able to pull the price down, the temperature down, I really couldn't say. Got a great deal of ice, but... Right, we're sub-20s now, which is nice. Because the temperature of the water that's getting back down here is going down slowly as well. So... It's 27 degrees there. But the temperature in here is going to be rising rather steeply. This part is certainly helping us out a lot. I could perhaps add in a little bit more in terms of radiant pipes. That will help. But we'll see how much it helps. It may take a little while. Flooding. Oh. Yeah, that cleaned up. Now gotten to the point that all of this water is starting to move in this direction, but it's still in contact with extremely cold ice, so we've got a lot of time left before we need to really worry about the frozen core being too hot. Got a long time before we get to that point. Yeah, it's 18 degrees now, which is glorious. 19 by there. It's down to 20 here. 22 there. Are we seeing it start to move in the right direction? It's still a little bit too warm. Again, I could add in another thermal aqua tuner into this system just to try and pull the heat down a little bit more, but... Temperature here is quite warm. Alright, I think I am going to have to pop in another thermal aqua tuner though. Once again, out of steel, but this time it's going to work in this direction. Oh, actually, no. We will have it go the other way around. Yeah, sure. Once more, we'll have the piping flow through in this direction, up and around, and then bridge across. Actually, that really should be, instead of these, I need it to be insulated. Right, now this is properly going to break everything. So we need to be quick on our feet to get this going. I also need the pipe sensor and a little bit of automation wire to get it going. Yeah. And set that up as a 9 again. Right. Coolant is now completely shut down. However, we do still have 2 tons of polluted water at 19.7 C that will keep the system running. So as long as we can build this quickly and get it feeding back in again before too long, should be okay. I am going to delete this, despite how urgently I need it working, because it looks wrong. The texture is not connected properly. That last bit of pipe there and we're good. What I should do is pump all of this polluted water into a steam filter. Have it boil the water, just collect the dirt or the polluted dirt, whatever's left, and then send her on. 19 degrees there. Actually, yeah, I'm going to say if it's above 50, this should cool it even further. There we go. I'm sending in 5-degree cold coolant now. What on earth is that hooked up to? Oh, this. The issue with that's never actually going to work properly. That will never work the way I wanted it to. I've got to control whether it can go down here, not the other way around. Yeah, I'm going to need to deconstruct that and run this down and across. Now, the issue here is that this doesn't have priority to vent, so even though this is open, it still can't dump because this is giving priority right of way to the liquid moving through here, which will eventually be the overflow. So yeah, that was an awful design. Let's get that sorted. That's not as high a priority though. The main thing is to see the 9-degree coolant moving through here. There we go. Shit. Slight spaghetti. Slight spaghetti. A very tiny problem with my spaghetti network. It's fine. This is the problem with using wee water as your coolant. If you have to break any of the pipes, suddenly wee water everywhere. Much unpleasantness. There we go. Everything is now working as it should. Okay. This should now cool this area down a bit for us. If we have a look at that, we can already see it happening. And where those pipes are going, we can already see the effect in here as well. This room is actually quite lovely and cool. And I mean, this is no longer as cool anymore. In fact, it's quite not cool. That is a thing. Alright, new principles available. Sure, I'll take some fried mushrooms. Right, okay, finally we can now get back to building all of this. My goodness. I am Mischievous Peacekeeper. Thank you very much for taking note of that. I am having an enormously fun time, yes. Right then. The way that we want these to activate. This is going to be important. I think we want hysteresis to happen. Ultimately, this setup is here to reduce, or rather to produce steam. It's its primary goal. So add water, create steam, use the steam up. If it has the potential to actually, that's in the wrong place, thinking about it. That needs to move up by one. But if it has the potential to generate energy, that's fine. I only want the steam to be sent out when the rocket is landed and is basically requesting it. I can control that by flicking a switch. Alternatively, I can allow steam to be brought in here, but steam can only be sent out in the event that a reservoir... Need to build that in here. I would have to make it out of steel, though. The reservoir would only accept input from the gas pump in here. In the event that it was half full. So, steam is generated in here. It tries to push it into this reservoir. It'll only accept it if it's half full. Otherwise, steam is emptied out of the reservoir and sent around to the actual shuttle. But then it just moves in a loop. I think that might work. Let's move this out of the way. That gas vent is going to have to exist much deeper in here. Perhaps even all the way over here. Pop that in the far corner. Well, actually, let's not put it at the far corner. We can easily have that be delivered just beside the reservoir. So the larger gas vent can exist here instead. I need it to be on this side because I want the pipe to move from one to the next, basically. So if it can't be stored in the reservoir, it'll still try to dump it into the room. So, for example, and we're going to make this out of ceramic as well. Something like that. And then when it wants to be sent out. So this way. Gas bridge. We'll use ceramic for that as well. Up there. Right, let's stop using ceramic now. I'll replace these vents over time as I can. Right, there we go. Now, how this is going to run is if the pressure in the room is above a certain amount, it'll turn on the steam turbines. And hopefully it'll be hot enough that will work. Might not be, though. But I'm not going to care about the temperature, because if I'm turning these steam turbines on, it's to clear steam out of the system, not specifically... And that's going to be important, because this system is going to be in constant flow. I never want steam to be stuck in this pipe and sitting there, because it'll eventually cool into water and break the pipe. So this has to be a constant cycle, always making room for the steam to enter the reservoir, and not adding more unless the reservoir is only half full. But if the reservoir is completely full, then it should be able to try and dump the steam into the room, and then the steam turbines will turn on and get rid of it. So we're going to add a very simple little function over here. Doesn't need to be anything complicated. And that'll just go up and across. It's literally a case that if the atmospheric pressure in here is high enough, it just needs to turn these on. But only in that case. As for the pump in here, this is a bit of a tricky bit. I'm going to say I could put the pump here. This one will be hooked up here. If this is less than half full, and that'll turn on, I might need a NOT gate. I'll have a look at that. In fact, just... oh, balls. I was going to say, just to be on the side of caution, I'll just separate that component there, but then I broke everything. No, that'll do. But if that works, then what I would like is to... sadly, I'm going to need to bring this out and in, I think. Actually, I should be able to decommission this pipe and have a pipe bridge moving across it. Yeah. No, I don't like having two bridges across, actually. Cancel that. Well, as it happens, if I know that this is only half full, then just piping it straight into that should work. So, actually, I don't need to make it more complicated than it already is. There we go, that should work fine. Now, as for power, I'm going to need conductive wire, because the power here is going to run two things and only two things. That would be these two. That's it. And this will bridge across. Let's set that up to an 8. Alright, I'm thinking we're starting to make some really good headway with this thing. Depth 13.8, that's effectively what I've got. The idea of the vents that we've got is that the reservoir will only accept new gas if it's got room for it. If it doesn't, then we don't take any gas out of this room. So there should be room for the gas that we've sent up here to come back in. But if there isn't, it'll get dumped into this room because this will be able to accommodate 20 kilos of pressure per tile. But this is going to turn on the steam engines when there's 10 kilos or more pressure in here. So the room, that's effectively what these steam generators are for. They're to bleed pressure out of the room, not to generate power. I mean, they might generate power, but it's not the goal. Now, we're also going to need a way for fresh water to be entered in. Now, I'm not going to... and this is a problem that I had last time, is I made the silly mistake of setting it up such that the system tried to control where the water was allowed in at the vent. But by then, the water was already in the room, just in the pipes. But the pipes were getting too hot and it was causing the water to flash to steam and then break the pipes. What I need is to only allow water to enter the pipes to enter the room over here. Like, I shouldn't be doing that further on. So to that end, I'm going to have a pipe section over here. Over there. Do I have enough ceramic? I kinda don't really, but I kinda am gonna do it anyway. Enough ceramic. Let me go down and make sure that I've got plenty of ceramic being made. Yes, I do. This one is set for refined carbon. This one's set for ceramic. They will automatically produce as the need arises. I love how automated my industrial sauna is. My stomach's totally empty, and my building is offering a free breakfast today, so I had best get there before it's over. Well, enjoy. Enjoy. That does remind me, I haven't eaten since the day before yesterday. I might grab some noms at some point later today. I'm going to let these finish being built first. Right, now, I can set this up. Right, so, high thresholds. Red signal is sent when this is the case. So, once it's beyond 50, it'll send it. Low threshold. Green signal is sent when it is less than this full. Actually, let's say 40%. Want that to turn off when this has got 50% or more and not turn on again until it's got 25% or less in it. I think that should be fine. Disabled by automation group. Perfect. I'm really getting the bug to start a new colony. It's been a while. I just do not have the time today or next week. Heavy sigh. It do be like that, though. You watch someone streaming a game and you're like, ah, it looks so good. I want to play it now. But alas, let's resist. I need some hydrogen up here, and to get the hydrogen up there is going to be a bit of a potch. I am going to say... Alright. I'm going to split this area off around here and run it up. It's just going to be a very simple sandstone pipe section. Should be able to get pretty much all the way there. That will fill this up with hydrogen. That hydrogen will then allow us to keep the steam generators cool. All steam generators are complete. Perfect. Is there any gas in here? No, it's perfect vacuum. Amazing. Right, let's get this little part complete. Should be made of some... No. No, should be ceramic. And only ceramic will do. Okay, I've got to wait for a little bit more ceramic to be made. That's fine. That's fine. Same thing happened when I saw the RimWorld patch. Yeah, it happens. It really does. Okay, we've got a little bit of ceramic, so I can now drop down 2 of there. No, I can't. I would like it if I could, but apparently no. Let me place down a second one, you scoundrel. It's been particularly aggressive with the use of ceramic there, it seems. For the last bit, and then we can hook that all up. Thankfully, again, it's all automated, so it's happening pretty quickly. Wow, again, that pipe built really fast, to be fair to him. Let's check in on our coolant system. Water's coming in at 52 and 33. It's going out at 6 and 24. Why? Why is there such a difference? Let's make sure that everything is running okay. I definitely feel that it shouldn't be fluctuating so aggressively. Something's happening down here, isn't it? It's backed up a little bit too aggressively over here. Some of it's bypassing the cooling as a consequence. Look, I'm gonna sever this. I don't think we need it for now. Use a shovel. Let's just get that broken down. New principles. Steel! Not when I need it, though. I've already got 4 tons, but I suppose I will accept. Would have been amazing if I'd had that ages ago, though. Just gonna say. Wait a second. I don't know where the debris from this is going to go. And it might pop up into that room, which would be an... Ah, ha, ha, ha! I caught you, you scoundrel. Trying to pull a fast one, you were. There you go. Right, the vast majority of the piping work has been done now. So I'm going to go ahead and hook that up. It'll split off half of the hydrogen up top, half of it in this direction. I feel that is a better way of doing it, generally speaking. Why is that not emptying? Has to have a gas intake to function, it seems. Okay. Let's get that made, and that should vent out into the hydrogen generator and then into the rest of the system. There we go, perfect. Right, there we go. That will now start to fill the turbine room with hydrogen. Now then, what I need is for this to drain in here. Let us make this pipe out of something a little bit better. Sandstone, since I've got so much of it. Yep. This will fill the coolant loop here pretty aggressively. The hydrogen is going to be the best gas for transferring heat in here, so the coolant system that we've got is going to be completely adequate, I feel. Completely adequate. Hello, Swedish Chef. How you doing? And Turbo Emily. Hiya. Just as a warning, peeps, we are coming up to the 3-hour mark in about 15 minutes, and that is where I'm going to be wrapping up the stream. We've been going for 13 hours a day so far. So it'll be about 13 hours and a quarter by the time we wrap today's stream up. Now this is going to give priority to filling this loop before it starts shunting excess petroleum onto this loop.